Using the body's energy, there's so many pieces in what you said because part okay, so what's a little tricky is when we look at emotions, some emotions aren't just, optimism. For example, one pattern can be self-identity as well. So if a person identifies as being sick, they can repeat patterns over and over. So it's not just am I optimistic, am I not? There's details to it, but that's one piece. Now, as far as energy, this is what's profound is this. A lot of times when people think of energy of the body, they might think it's woo woo, right? But technically speaking, our bodies emit a type of energy. It's called biophotons. And technically, the person who discovered these, he discovered them about 100 years ago. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize 11 times. And also, there's in modern day, there's a database that's under the Smithsonian and Harvard and under the NASA agreement, and it has current modern day studies of this energy. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, energy of the body, that's just woo woo stuff, but it's actually medically proven. And what's also medically proven is that our emotions can actually shift this energy. So it's like if somebody's feeling angry, it can shift these energies. So the energy is powerful. Now, the way I started unpacking it was also like this is the brain body connection is very specific. And a way to think about that. So I started saying, well, wait a second. How is this information communicated to the body? Because it's very specific. And so I started looking at the communication of energy and the brain. And a simple way to think about this light energy communicating is if you think about emails or text message. We use light energy to communicate specific information, emails, text all the time. And so our bodies, so when I look at energy, it's a specific communication that goes on. And even medical research new research has actually shown even our mitochondria use it. It's incredible. But that's what I started looking at. It unfolded so different than I would have thought. First and foremost, I thought when I get better, I thought I'm just going to share with my doctors and they're going to want to help everybody. And that's because, I got better from something I wasn't supposed to heal from. So it was a bit naive at the time. But what did unfold is I ended up working with a doctor. And so I started working with him. And basically, what I would do is I would help people. And I would say, well, I would help people with their nutrition. So I would say, eating healthy is really important. And then I would say, well, stress affects the physical body. Let's talk about that. And so I used that to segue into stress affects the physical body because I thought people are going to think I'm nuts if I'm just like, hey, you can heal with your mind. I healed. My injury was in 2003. So I healed by 2010. So 15 years ago, a lot has changed. So back then, I thought people are going to think I'm nuts if I'm talking about healing with the mind. And so that's what I initially did is I would help them. And then I would start bringing in stress affects the physical body. Then I started thinking, I have to be able to show this. And so I started taking people out of pain. People, they could have a level 8 of neck pain or back pain. And I started doing that where their pain was gone. And so then I started speaking on stages and I would take people from the audience and I would show them how to release their pain. And one time I was getting off the stage and I thought, sometimes somebody's going to think that, oh, that's a fake. This is like a fake plant. Like somebody says, oh, my neck pain is gone. So I thought, I have to show this under medical equipment. So then the next step was thermography. So I used medical thermography. And I don't know if you're familiar with it, but basically what it is this, is therm is heat. And so if we think about any illness from breast tumor to neck pain to ankle sprain, it emits heat. So if you've ever had like an infection, an ankle sprain, knee problem, it emits heat from that area of the body. And so what I would do is I started working with the doctor who would scan people under thermography. So she'd take an image and you could see the pain, like over the neck area, it'd be all red if somebody's experiencing neck pain. And I would show them how to use their mind. And you could see in real time, as I did, their pain go away. And the scan would turn from red to green as their pain went away. So not only were they saying, hey, my pain is gone, but you could see it on the scan as well. And so then I did that. And then I had it, then I give a TEDx talk and then I published it in a medical journal. And it's just been this unexpected unfoldment because this is literally the last thing I thought I would be doing.